The LA Clippers need to move on from Kawhi Leonard and Paul George before it turns into the worst super team ever. Yeah, even worse than the Nets' big three of KD, Harden, and Kyrie. Why? It all goes back to the summer of 2019, when Kawhi decided to form his own super team in LA under one condition. They had to get Paul George no matter what. If you're a GM that already has one foot in the door to try and secure the guy who ended the Warriors dynasty, you do whatever it takes to make it happen, right? Well, that's exactly what Lawrence Frank did. He mortgaged their future by sending Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Danilo Gallinari, and 5 future first-round picks to the Thunder to acquire George. Fast forward 4 years later, SGA's become one of the best guards in the league. The Clippers only have 3 playoff series wins, 1 conference finals appearance, arguably the biggest meltdown in NBA playoff history. And in their first-round series against the Suns, their best player of the series just so happened to also be the lowest paid player on the team. But there's 2 reasons why this could get even worse for the Clippers than the Nets. Reason number 1, Steve Ballmer had to spend a lot of money, and I mean a lot of money, to keep Kawhi Leonard and PG. See, the Clippers not only led all teams this season in payroll and luxury tax payments, they've been top 3 in both categories the last 3 years. And in those 3 years, Clipper fans were given the treat to watch Kawhi and PG sit on the bench rather than playing on the court, which by the end of the next season will accrue to $364 million in luxury tax payments the last 4 years. Reason number 2, Kawhi and PG both have player options by the end of the 2023-24 season. At least the Nets were able to get something back for each of their big 3. Hell, just 4 months after they traded KD and Kyrie, they're already one of the favorites to land another superstar. Can the Clippers really afford to let Kawhi and PG walk for nothing for one last playoff run? Let's not forget their future draft picks belong to OKC. And if the same scenario unfolds again next season, will anyone mortgage their team next season to get them? Kawhi will be 32 next year and hasn't played more than 60 games since 2017, with the news that he tore his meniscus in the 2023 playoffs. The injury woes just keep getting worse, and it looks like there's no end in sight. Paul George hasn't been much better. He's turning 33 next year and has never played more than 56 games in a season since coming to the Clippers. Super teams might turn your team into a contender overnight, but if there's one thing that we learned, nothing beats building through the draft. If the Clippers are smart, they need to get what they can out of these assets if they still want to try to be a contender 5 to 10 years from now.